Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Today I want to talk about the money situation within the game. It's a subject that never seems to go away, and that does make sense after all, as it is an important topic. Now, mission rewards have recently had a balancing problem. It seems to be a bug or some other type of issue, and Frontier have admitted to that. They're going out their way to try and fix it, but they're still not there yet with it. In many cases, missions are paying out less than 10% of their original payments. Now, this was attempted to be fixed as part of a recent update, but instead of fixing the missions, Frontier actually broke the passenger mission rewards, and they now seem to be paying much lower than they were previously. So as it currently stands, making money in the game has become a little bit more difficult for many people. But currently, the nerfing situation aside, this all really does bring focus to the wider issue of credits within Elite Dangerous. It seems to be a divisive subject, and for good reason. Often, at the centre of any debate on credit earnings are the massive so-called out-of-balance rewards. And it's true that Elite has had mega payout situations from pretty much day one. An early event was the rare trade-in, the ability to fill your cargo hold up with rare goods, carry them around 130 light years away, and then cash in for major profit. This was eventually nerfed to essentially make rare trading almost unprofitable, at least within any reasonable time limit. Seeking goods was another mega earner, and then after that came Imperial slave running, and I actually made quite a lot of money on that one. Smuggling from Robigo has been big, and then after that was nerfed came Sothis and Seos, which were also major earners. In every case, players have been able to make a ton of money in relatively short time, and I've taken up the opportunity for those earners more than once. Yet for some, this seems to pose a problem. They feel that the money earning is too high, that players can gain money too fast. The suggestion then seems to be that credit earning should be better balanced. But just how balanced is balanced? And at what point does this simply become a time gate instead of a balancing act? The whole situation actually reminds me of something back at the end of 2014 when Elite went into the Gamma phase. And this opened up the entire galaxy. Prior to that, players only had access to a limited bubble of space. Once the galaxy was open, the first thing I wanted to do was to head towards a nebula. I wanted to be an explorer. However, there were barriers in the way. Missions were paying out extremely low. Bounties were paying out lower, in many cases just a few hundred per ship destroyed. The biggest hurdle to overcome though was locating a Grade A FSD for my Sidewinder. Without that, it was all but impossible to get all the way out to the Pleiades, my chosen destination. Back then, the Pleiades was a significant distance, and there was no route plotting, at least not like we have today. Yet, no matter how hard I tried, or how long I looked, I just couldn't find the Grade A FSD. There were still no external sites to help with this, and it seems many stations were having a very low stock of just about every useful module. The only way to actually find it was to do it the long route, to go from system to system, from station to station, in the hopes that eventually you may find what you're looking for. Now, of course, the community were talking about this, and there were a lot of people out there who said that this made for good gameplay. I was told more than once, after all, that what do I want? Do I want instant gratification? It was suggested that I wanted the game handed to me on the plate, that I wanted things made easy. But that line of reasoning made absolutely no sense to me. All I wanted to be from day one was an explorer, and the search for an FSD added nothing to the game for me, other than frustration and a massive time sink. It didn't feel as though I had achieved anything monumental when I finally found a Grade A FSD. It just felt complete relief. This wasn't a challenge of intelligence or skill, it was an artificial placed time sink. And that really does remind me of the money situation today and many of the arguments doing the rounds. I feel that money is a means to an end. It's the gateway to experience so much of what Elite has to offer. It's money that has enabled me to get a decent exploration ship and spend time in the depths of space. It's money that enables me to fly an equipped T9 or Beluga and not worry too much about the insurance costs. After all, when I do get hit by those insurance costs, it's enough to make me feel as though I've failed, but having a small pile of money prevents that failure from being cripplingly punishing. For me, money gives me access to the enjoyable parts of Elite. Whether I got that ASP in 1 hour or 100 hours is kind of irrelevant, because it wasn't the journey there that I was actually after. I wanted to be an explorer. I didn't want to be a trader or a gatherer of materials. And after all, exploration is one of the main 3 pillars of what Elite Dangerous is all about: trade, exploration, and combat. And it made no sense that I had to pass through a number of other barriers in order to experience one of these main 3 pillars. Yet, that said, earning credits within the game has indeed been immense fun. Imperial slave trading, bounty hunting, Robigo Sothis have all been very enjoyable. Earning money can be fun. I've also absolutely loved doing many of the different missions, from attacking skimmers down on planets, to hunting an assassination target, right through to passenger missions. These really are a huge part of what Elite is. Now, let's be clear, earning money isn't a goal in and of itself. It's not a score counter, and I'm not interested in getting the biggest ship as fast as I possibly can. What I am interested in is experiencing all the enjoyable areas of the game that are available to me. And to me, it seems illogical to have those locked behind huge time gates. And this really does seem to be the issue. There seems to be a drive, or at the least a divisive opinion, that earning money within the game should take a very long time, that it should effectively be work. For me, just as when I spent days searching for that elusive FSD, making credits difficult to earn doesn't add anything to the game aside from frustration and a massive time sink. Frontier have proven that earning money can be fun, and arguably it really should be fun. Of course, there's always the argument that fun is in the eye of the beholder. But is it really just a matter of perspective that the guy who wants to explore deep space has that content gated behind a massive credit earning wall? Is it purely a matter of perspective then that losing your Anaconda sets you back 50 million, and that could take hours and for some people days to earn back? For many people, time is a precious and limited resource. I don't think anyone is asking for the game to be made easier. After all, whether it takes 1 hour to earn 1 million credits or 10 hours to earn 1 million credits, that is not a matter of difficulty. It is purely a matter of time. Now, there is also a related issue that suggests there is far too much money in the game. Ways of removing this money are called credit sinks, such as insurance costs or ship maintenance costs. And I think there's a good case to be put forward that Elite really does need a lot more credit sinks to get the excess money out of the game. But there's no reason that credit sinks can't also be fun. There's no need for them to be punishing. I feel then that it's unfortunate there appears to be a drive to force credits behind a massive time gate. It's a perspective that, to me at least, looks towards the gameplay as work, as opposed to what it should be, fun. There are a ton of fun things to do in Elite. It's a game I love to play, but it also continues to be a game that can be time intensive. Let's not go and make Elite Dangerous too easy, but at the same time, let's remember that it is a great game, and let's keep it that way. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.